Hello, everyone. Retired Detective Andy Burschett, NYPD ESU, CEO and founder of Flying Aces Consulting and Enterprises.
My name is Dennis Canale, retired detective, also from NYPD ESU, NPA.
So we wanted to take a few minutes to talk about some of the current events that have been unfolding around us. With the media and the mood around the country with active shooters, with the carnage that's been going on multiple levels, nationwide, we just wanted to address some of the high points that you need to consider to survive situations and help others in a possible point that you might find yourself in an uninvited situation.
And this information is basically put out there by the FBI and the Alert Academy, and this is for the everyday person that's out there. We're not talking to our law enforcement trained professionals, but we're emphasizing the actions and the methods of the run, hide, fight method. So we profess and we want the information to get out there as much as possible. It's everything we've taught, we've learned, and we continue to teach privately, is running and escaping from these situations when they evolve. If you find yourself in a situation that leads to an active shooter event, the first course of action is to run and get out of there and get escape.
Like any event, you want to get out of a situation that you know might be bad. Whether it be an active shooter, whether it be a fire, whether it be Dennis coming into your home. You want to think about trying to escape that situation. And first and foremost, that needs to be pressed to get out of that situation or that first leg of that run, hide, fight. Again, standard point that's out, you need to think about, this is a bad situation. I need to get out of here. With that, can I take anyone to follow me? Hey, you guys, we need to get out of here. We all freeze up sometimes during situations when pressed to task, all right? You might be the thought of clarity to think we need to get out of here. With that, that doesn't mean that we stall, we convince, we flip coins, throw cards. Hey, if I get heads or a spades or a hearts, we're gonna go, you need to escape, all right? And that's always gonna be your first priority when we talk about that run, hide, fight.
Second priority is if you can't get out, the exit's are blocked, the active shooter's coming down on you, hide. Find a safe, secure area to seclude yourself. Secure the room, secure doors, however you can. Find an area where you can stay away from windows. Find an area where you can secure any doors. Look for ways to secure doors. There's different methods out there, and depending on the building or the structure you're in, on whether the door opens in or closes outward, door chocks, furniture, put an Andy in front of the door, whatever you have to do, but you have to secure that door so they can't get in. We want to make it as difficult as possible for these people, and in general, we all teach the same and feel the same. They're cowards. They're looking for easy victims. They're looking for an easy target, and if you can make that more difficult, the last thing they want to do is face law enforcement. So delay their time, delay their progress, secure that facility, secure that door, and best you can.
Absolutely. Luckily for you, everyone has a toolbox. It's called the area around you. What do I have? Do I have a chair? Do I have a cabinet? Do I have a file cabinet? How do these doors open? All right? We look so many times and we look at different things. Well, this is a glass door. It's a gigantic piece. I'll just stand up in front of it. Take that step back. What do I have around me that can use it? It might be a pole. It might be an umbrella. It might be a chair. It might be large pieces of furniture. Respond help, right? If people are upset in a situation, obviously nobody wants to get shot at. Nobody wants to be in a dangerous situation. But by giving them a task, giving them something to do, now we're not only controlling them, we're giving them a task that's not only going to potentially protect all of us, but stop this coward that's coming through on their carnage path.
And lastly, if you can't run, if hiding is not an option, if the active shooter is coming in on your location, or you're not able to secure that door and you have no other choice, your last resort is fight. And when we say fight, we don't talk about giving 50%, 75, or 100. We talk about reaching down deep and giving 150, 110, 130, whatever percent. But you're giving it your all. Look for objects in the room. We talk about distractions. Tell people and gather a crowd. Yell, scream, throw stuff. Grab the person, grab at the gun, but everybody has to attack all at once to stop that person's aggression and stop the killing.
Put that person on defense instead of offense. Let them be concerned of what's going on. Suddenly I have a large group of people coming at me, and go with you like you mean it, all right? Somebody's gonna walk out of this room and I promise you it's gonna be me. We underestimate the power of our mentality We hear stories where somebody was maybe run over by a car and suddenly all the bystanders lift the vehicle off the person. Unless they wear a cape that we haven't seen before, I'm not lifting a car, and I'm a pretty big guy. But when there's a victim under there, when we start concentrating and looking that this needs to be done, the power and the strength that we find within us is unmeasurable.
So assign people, grab numbers, grab everybody in the room with you, and do it in overwhelming force. I know in light of some of the recent incidents, they were in schools and you have many children. If that's coming down on your location, tell the kids, hide in a corner. Everybody start screaming when the door opens, distract them, throw stuff at them, and then just attack in overwhelming force. So that's the run, hide, fight. That's the method we stand behind. It's the method the government presents, and it's what we put out there also along with the Alert Foundation. It's what we teach in our classes. And the last thing is that we want to give some insight as former law enforcement is when law enforcement arrives on the scene, please understand they don't know who the bad or good guys are. So when you're coming out to law enforcement, make sure your hands are visible, no objects in your hands, cell phones or any of that stuff. Please make sure hands are wide open and understand that they're trying to get their job done also.
You leave with you. Nothing is that valuable. That stapler, your cell phone, no, you don't have to call your loved one right now. It's about your survival. Everybody forgets that everyone, all those responders, all of them are in uniform. And what seems obvious to be a phone, a stapler, a picture of your family, your children, could be misconstrued as a weapon. Hands out, wide, listening to the officer's orders, or whoever is the uniformed present that might be on that scene. These are just a couple of the tips that might help you survive, God forbid, a horrific situation.